everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video, we'll try and understand whether a GST raid, like how it happens in income tax, is possible in today's scenario on a business or not. Before we discuss the possibility, let us try and go through a piece of news which came about around 3-4 days back on 14th of November, wherein it was said that the GST enforcement officials busted a Delhi-based syndicate availing 645 crores worth of fake input tax credit, which was mainly done through 229 counterfeit GST firms. And these enforcement officials conducted a raid and various critical documents and digital devices were confiscated. And this finally led to the arrest of the main suspect, one Mr. Mukesh Sharma. The article goes on to read that DGGI, Directorate General of GST Intelligence of Delhi, was the main department behind this raid. And during the process of raid, they confiscated around 200 checkbooks, 44 digital signatures, and 162 mobile phones, which were used to commit this huge fraud. And this was mainly done through 229 GST registered firms, everything owned, controlled, and operated by the Delhi-based syndicate. So before even discussing the possibility or the process of a GST raid, raids happen almost on a monthly basis, wherein mostly it is ITC or the input tax credit frauds which take place. And in this particular case, we have the DGGI of Delhi busting this Delhi-based syndicate or group of firms committing a combined fraud of 645 crores worth of fake input tax credit. So in GST law, GST raid is conducted through three processes. You have inspection, search, seizure, and of course you have arrest. This is the last resort which is implemented by the GST department to discourage tax evasion because the government wants to get the money it owned. 645 crores worth of fake ITC or input tax credit basically means that 645 crores worth of tax has been paid short to the government. So this is the last resort that they will adopt if the taxpayer is not responding after multiple show cause notices, after issuing summons, and definitely when the volume of the input GST fraud involved is quite high. First, let us look into what inspection is. Inspection, in simple words, basically means looking closely at something. In GST law, the GST officers can access any of your place of businesses, whether it is a warehouse, godown, or a commercial office. The inspection can only be conducted by the officer who is authorized by a person not below the rank of a joint commissioner. So a joint commissioner or a person above joint commissioner's rank can only authorize the person to conduct an inspection at any of your place of business. Even when goods are moving in a truck, the truck can be inspected by the GST officer. If the value of the consignment or the goods in that particular truck is exceeding 50,000 rupees, then inspection can very well be conducted. Second is search and seizure. Search is basically looking closely at something to find out some hidden items or to find out some evidence for the crime. Seizure is basically taking away something which belongs to a particular person against his will or his interest. That is seizure. Again, search and seizure can only be done by an officer authorized by the JC or a person above the JC's rank, same as in the case of inspection. And once the goods are seized, the department needs to issue a notice within 6 months. If you don't issue a notice, then the goods are liable to be given back to the person from whom seizure was made. In the presence of two witnesses, the search and seizure should take place. So that is also an important criteria for search and seizure to take place, which is a part of the GST raid. And finally, you have the third process in GST raid, that is basically arrest. And arrest can only be done by under the authorization of a commissioner, where the tax amount is minimum 2 crores of rupees. Of course, if you're a repeat offender, that is, you're committing a crime again and again, this 2 crore threshold of tax does not apply. Even if you commit a crime of, let's say, 50 lakhs and you're a repeat offender, you will still be arrested by the officer under the authorization of the commissioner. Generally, under GST law, there are two cases for an arrest to take place. One is when the tax involved is not exceeding 5 crores. Here, the crime is not considered to be that grave. It is a bailable offense. The arrest is made on a non-cognizable basis. And bail can be easily granted by the officer in charge, like how an officer in the police station does. But when the tax amount is exceeding 5 crores rupees, it is a grave criminal act that takes place. It is a non-bailable offense. It's a cognizable offense, which basically means that you can be arrested even without a warrant being in place where an FIR is being filed. Definitely in GST law, you have detailed processes as to how a search and seizure should be conducted, right from the warrant till the detainment and the confiscation and all that. You have powers of the officer, which is defined under GST law and all that. Probably something that we can deal with maybe in another video. So I hope I was able to make things clear through this particular video. If you like the video, you can show support to us by hitting the like button. If you want more videos of these on a regular basis through way of notifications, you could also think of hitting on the subscribe button. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and thank you.